money is a store of value, has exempted for economic transactions, and is a unit of account and can be easily divided, and the units that are divided can total the sum, they are equal to the sum of their total. That works. And diamonds don't work that way because you can't divide them, their value, but you can't divide them because the more you divide them, the less they work. And there's the video I watched, which is really good, and I recommend it. And if anybody wants to know, I will give you the link to this video. And I think it should be required watching, but it's far beyond the scope of this thing, called The Crash Course in Economics. It's really kind of good. But one of the things he put out that I really like, it's in a better definition, is that money is a claim on human labor, either past or present or future. It is a claim on human labor. Let me give you an example. You take a pound of wheat. Let's say that pound of wheat would be worth 25 cents. If you ground that wheat and made flour out of it, that 1 pound of wheat now would represent 50 cents worth of value because you ground it up. Same stuff, but you've added something to it. Take that same amount of wheat and make it into a loaf of bread, it's now worth $1. You could argue about the values of it, but you see that the human work that was put into it with the same product has made it and given it more value and is worth more. And so the definition of money being a claim on human labor, I think, is adequate. So why is that relevant? What does that have to do with emergency money? Because money has a value to it, but it's only in direct adverse proportion to the products that you can buy. If you are a farmer and you are raising corn on your farm, you have no need to go buy corn. You make corn. You would take the corn that you made, you would sell it to somebody, you would get money. That money you would go get the things that you don't grow. You would go buy shoes, you would go buy a hat, you'd go buy a ski boat, right? Or you can make one in your backyard, but you wouldn't go buy corn. Why? You make corn. Most of us don't make anything. I don't make a product. I sell products, I don't make anything. So we need money to transact for other things, because barter, like I said before, barter is a very difficult thing to work. And it's also a relative inverse to what you have available. A great example of that is the story of the Titanic. On the Titanic, there was, I think, 3 or 4 of the world's wealthiest men aboard the Titanic. I mean, it would be like an airplane went down and Bill Gates, if an airplane went down, with Bill Gates, with the guy from Virgin Airlines, Branson, William Buffett, yeah. If a plane went down with all those on it, that's what happened to the Titanic. The Titanic sunk with some of the world's most wealthiest men on it. And I'm sure they had lots and lots of money. Did it do them any good? No, because they could not purchase with their money anything worth buying. They could not buy another lifeboat. There wasn't any to be had. No matter how much money they had, it didn't matter. So what was the value of their hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars that they had on them? I remember this is 1912. Let's say they had $10,000 on them. What was its value? Nothing. Could it buy them a seat on one of the life rafts? Nope. Could it buy them an extra life raft? Nope. So their money, even though they had lots of it, meant nothing because there was nothing for them to buy with it. So intrinsically, money is directly valued of what you can purchase with it. Now we can go into, in fact, if you're a conspiracy theorist, my wife says don't go into this, but I'm going to anyway. The money you have right now, you know what its value is? What is it?
Zero.
Zero. Has nothing. It's only as valuable as the good name of the United States. That's it.
It's called fiat.
It is fiat money. That's exactly what it is. It has no value whatsoever. It used to be in the old days there were redeemable, $5 certificates. You can redeem them for gold or silver. Not anymore. They have no money other than what the government says. And you know, and if I had asked you 6 months ago, you said, yes, our economy is sound, the banking system is sound, why would we ever worry about that? Well, is that the same case now? Less so. And so the money that you have is only valuable in relationship to what you can buy with it. Now, put that in an emergency preparedness situation. If you're living in Louisiana and you have hundreds of thousands of dollars and the hurricane is coming, or even after the hurricane, let's say, hurricanes come through and you go, I have $100,000. I want to buy some gasoline. Tough. There's none to be had. Doesn't matter how much money you have. You can't buy any. There wasn't around. Now you might find somebody who has some and give them some of your money to buy, you know, but you can't eat money, you can't drink money, it doesn't keep you sheltered, it doesn't keep you fed, it doesn't keep you clothed, it doesn't do anything for you other than trading it for some other unit of value. So why do we need money? We need money to buy the things that we don't have, right? You have corn, you don't need to buy corn, you make corn. So if you're only using it to buy the things that you don't have, we have to start looking at priorities of where and how to spend money. So let's go to the priorities. You ever heard of the rule of threes? You can only live 3 minutes without air. You can only live...
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. You only live 3 minutes. It's like minutes, hours, right? So you can only live 3 minutes without air. You only live 3 days without, 3 hours without shelter. If you're out in the cold or wind or anything else, you can die of hypothermia very quickly. So 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food, and then I heard 2 more that I like: 3 months without hope, or 3 years without love. So what else do you have to do with that money that has a priority? Well, let me give you for instance. Instead of having $5,000 in a savings account, which by the way is not a bad idea, you got $5,000, but $5,000 sitting in a simple savings account. Simple savings account pays what? 3.25%, 3.5%, 3 something percent? Yeah, if you're lucky. Inflation is at, what they tell us, the inflation is at 4%. So that means for every year you leave that money in there, you're losing purchasing power. Now, I wouldn't suggest taking all the money you have in savings and running around out and doing this, but taking a portion of it, a balanced portion, and investing it. Investing it in things that will actually have value or an increased value.